Hey guys, this is Amber with thelovegal.com and I am back with another helpful video. As you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be giving you a relationship advice that you can start using right now. More specifically, I'm going to be giving you 9 tips that you can start using today, right now. If you want to wait until the morning, you can do that too. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on the notification bell to get notified for when I upload more videos like this. And one more thing, this video is sponsored by James Boyer. Ladies, has your man started growing distant and or pulling away and you're wondering what he really wants from you? Well, I would like to introduce you to James Boyer. He's a best-selling author and a relationship expert that has helped thousands of women find amazing men and or strengthen and rebuild a relationship that they already have. If you want the fastest path to relationship success, then check out the free video on the relationship secret ingredient a man craves in order to feel intense, committed love. You can go to beirresistible.com/Amber right here on the screen to check it out, or click the link in the description box and it'll take you straight to the video. I got to take a sneak peek at what he teaches, and when I tell you, I was impressed. And if you guys know me, I'm not impressed a lot. I'm not. But with James' techniques, you guys should definitely make a lot of progress with your men. He is a master at teaching us how to connect with our men on a deeper level, getting us to get men to remove fear out of commitment, activating their love triggers, and teaching us how to be irresistible to men. No matter what, it could be a guy that you just met or a guy you've been dealing with. James is your guy. It's good stuff. But anyway, let's get to this video. I'm going to be giving you 9 tips, 9 relationship tips when dealing with a guy, or it could be a guy dealing with a guy. My tip number 1 is really study your man. Really get to know him. Like, I mean, on a deeper level. Watch him, watch his mannerisms, pay attention to his behavior. And the reason why I'm saying this, guys, I say this for a reason. Getting to know a person is the first step to really knowing what you can expect out of the relationship from this person. A lot of us go into relationships with the highest expectations with the wrong guy. But by getting to know this person, you will figure out if you can have your happily ever after with this guy. You may want a certain thing, and when that happens, you are going to end up frustrated because you love this person, you want what's best for this person, but this person isn't capable of giving you the kind of love, attention that you may need. It could be because their intentions were never to go that far with you. It happens to the best of us. It could be this person doesn't know how to love you properly because of what they've been through, or they've never been taught anything. When you get into a situation or relationship, really study this person and really get to know this person and study their behavior, their actions, don't just pay attention to their words. Number 2, I feel like this is one of the most important tips that I can give you. As a woman, I've been there. I've been the woman to react and scream and cry and yell and do things that's really out of my character because of a dude. I've been there. This isn't coming from a place where I'm telling you this and looking down on you. No, baby girl, I'm telling you this because I've been through it. Learn to control your emotions. As a woman, we react to things when we are triggered. But when we react to things, we are all over the place. We are acting emotional, irrational, because that's our first instinct. That's what our instinct is to do, is basically go ham in an emotional type of way on our guy. When we basically think with our emotions and react with our emotions, we end up making things 10 times worse than what the original problem was. One of the best things I've ever heard, and this was recent, it was behave like a lion, not like a dog. And I had to really sit and think about that line. It said behave like a lion and not a dog. And what I got from that was a dog will holler before it sees anything. A lion will only attack when it's necessary. So ladies, start behaving like a lioness instead of a chihuahua. And controlling our emotions and moving with logic, it will take practice because like I said, our first instinct is to go off and do things, say things that we really don't mean. Number 3 is it's gonna be multiple tips within one tip. This subject I talk about a lot, especially in my other videos and stuff like that. Communication. Communication saves a lot of issues. I want you guys to know, especially if you have never heard this before, when having a disagreement, it's not you versus him. It is you and him versus the problem. And it's up to the both of y'all to come up with a solution. Now, I do realize sometimes it's very one-sided. Maybe the person that you're with doesn't even care to the point where they want to come up with a solution. But if the relationship is going to work, you guys can't be at war against each other, because when you're in a relationship, you guys are a team. You guys should be facing the world together. I also want you guys to know and realize there is grown people around me at a distance that I see. Maybe it's online, in real life. Every disagreement is not an argument. It is not. It is not. It is not. I want to say that again. Every disagreement is not an argument. And you may be already at this point. So if you agree with me, give me a like or something. I'm not talking to every single person, but I feel like it's somebody who's going to watch this video and really need to hear this, because they weren't taught and they weren't seen and they didn't get to experience healthy relationships around them. If there is an issue and you guys disagree about it, you guys can calmly sit down. The same words that you can yell is the same words that you can say calmly. This is what I learned in psychology. If a person feels the need to raise their voice at you, yell at you, go crazy on you, by you staying calm, unless they're absolutely nuts, unless there's something wrong with them. If you are calm and you stay calm and you are talking in a inside voice, they have no choice but to calm down, because they need to hear what you're saying. They can't hear what you're saying if they're yelling. You feel me? So keep it calm and keep it cute. I don't even really raise my voice no more. For what? I'm not going to waste my energy. I have a bachelor's degree in mass communication, so I have taken so many different classes that benefit me as far as communicating. And one thing that stood out to me, it wasn't many things that stood out to me in college, if I'm going to be honest with you. But the one thing that stood out to me was my teacher. She was like German or something like that. And she was like, you guys have to learn to communicate to understand instead of listening to reply. And I had to think about that. I remember that day. I had to think about it. I was like, so we have to listen to understand and not just listen to reply. She was like, because if you're listening to reply, you're not hearing what the other person is saying. You're focusing on what you have to say and make sure you could get off what you have to say. And I said, dang, that's so true. That is very true. So if you are in a disagreement with your significant other, make sure you are listening to understand their point of view as well. Your point of view and how you feel is very valid. Very valid. And you have a right to let them know how you feel, but make sure it's not one-sided and you're just trying to say me. Like I said, it's about the both of y'all. Number four, I have a miniature story for y'all. I feel like I have to say this because there is some young girl out there, or even an older woman out there, and you're ignoring red flags. Do not ignore red flags, especially early on, because early on you can get out easier. Ignoring red flags can cost you your life, and it's not funny. Domestic violence is very real. You have to watch for things that's not normal in somebody's behavior. You can like somebody a lot and they have a lot of good qualities, but for example, say you're with somebody, right? Say their friends are around and they get mad at one of their friends and they get to punching walls, they get to punching windows, cars, putting dents in the car, grabbing on somebody. Don't ignore that red flag. Pay attention to what a person does when they get mad. That is a very important thing that you need to pay attention to. I'm going to give you an example. I do give personal stories from time to time. So this is an important thing. So I was on Facebook. Yes, I'm still on Facebook. And I have one of my guy friends. I've known him dang near 10 years now. I had commented, he had said something goofy on Facebook. I had commented, right? And his cousin inquired about me. He was like, hey, my cousin won't talk to you. He saw you in my comments, da 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 da. And I'm like, I was like, he was decent as far as appearance wise or whatever. So I was like, okay. He sends me a friend request. I accept it. He slides in my DM. You know, we're chopping it up for a little bit, right? This is all over a 48-hour period. So red flags are being thrown everywhere. Okay. Not the fact that he slid in my DM. That's normal if you want to talk to somebody. If you never met him, never seen him in person, that's what happens, right? And since I knew my homeboy and I've known him for 10 years, I was like, okay, that's his cousin. You feel me? I gave him my number, right? And we had been talking for like a day. I wouldn't even say talk, conversing for a day. It was around Mother's Day. And I remember on Mother's Day, it was that Sunday, because I think I gave him my number that Friday. We had been texting Saturday, and then that Sunday was Mother's Day. And I cook. You know what I'm saying? I am the cook of the family, you feel me? Or one of them. So I'm cooking for my mom and my grandma on Mother's Day. Last Mother's Day, 2018 Mother's Day. He was like, why you ain't responding? And I was like, what? And he said, what's taking you so long? Why is it taking you so long to respond? Mind you, I had just given him my number on Friday. So I'm like, first of all, I was responding, but no, I'm not responding in a fast-paced mannerism because I'm cooking. And I'm the type, I'm not going to cook and keep touching on my phone. I may see somebody, you know, I'm looking at notifications as they light up, but I'm not touching my phone while I'm cooking like that. So I was like, yo, you need to chill or whatever. But you know, so I brushed past that one. You only get 3 red stripes with me. And I'm talking about little bitty ones too. He was like, oh, I'm just playing. What you doing? I'm like, I'm cooking, like I said. So after I'm done cooking, we were testing or whatever. And he was like, red flag number 2. The flags are coming quick. Like when something happened in football and they throw all them flags on the field. That's what was going on. So he was like, we were on a conversation of like friends and stuff like that. He was like, I don't want my girl to have friends. I want to be your only friend. What? And he wasn't just speaking in the nature of, oh, I don't want my girl around a whole bunch of dudes. That's a whole different topic for a whole nother day. I'm the type of person, I have friends. I have guy friends, I have girlfriends. Like my guy friends, those are my partners or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just cool. But I said, this guy said my only friend. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I don't feel the need like my girl should have to have friends if I'm her man. Me and my friends are real tight. Like, we've been tight since high school. So I'm like, red flag number 2. So at that point, I'm like, oh, let me just, you know, slowly stop messaging him because, sir, you already showing signs of being controlling. And that's how I don't do that. I've witnessed domestic violence when I was a child. And it's something that still stuck with me. So guess what? You can get on, okay? So the next day is Monday and I work from home. I pretty much have my own schedule. So I can be up late at night and then sleep till like maybe 1, 2 o'clock. So I look at my phone. I have like a few messages from him. And one of them that stuck out to me was, mind you, hasn't even been that long. You guys are following me. It hasn't been that long. I see angry emojis, like the orange little faces, a whole bunch of them. And I said, what? And he goes, why ain't you been responding to me? I was asleep. Sir? What? So I was like, you know what? You're done. You're done. But out of respect for my homeboy, who's been my homeboy, I was like, let me talk to my friend. I want to see what his issue. So my friend hits me up first. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gotten around hitting him up. He messages me and he's like, why you doing my cousin like that? I said, what? He said, my cousin hit me up and said, you been ignoring him. So he hit you up already to ask basically what's my issue. I told him exactly what his cousin was doing and have been doing and what he's been saying from the beginning. And you know what he told me? Oh, you need to cut him off. Thank you, friend. I was gonna do that anyway, but I'm out. Block, 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 block. On the surface, it seemed like he had his life together, things going for himself, good father, da 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 da. But them certain red flags I do not play with. No, I wasn't doing that. I said you end up in a controlling situation. And controlling situations are not healthy. You cannot control somebody. Tip number 5 is the one thing, actually I would say a couple things that men look for in a woman. It doesn't have anything to do with you being the prettiest. It doesn't have anything to do with you being the best cook, the best cleaner, the best mother. I've seen it. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Men will always go for the woman who supports them in their dreams, in their thoughts, in their heart, their mind. Support is that one thing that will separate you from other women. That's the first thing. For example, my ex still love me to this day. Still want me to this day. Humbly speaking, back in college, I was pretty much his backbone. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a thing where I was like taking care of him financially. I was in college. I was broke. In college, you know what I'm saying? But he had a blog, a very successful blog. I'll be in bed with him at night talking about ideas, things he can do to expand his brand. And I believe that part is what set me apart from other females. I actually cared about his dreams and his aspirations and what he wanted to do with his life. His family was very against what he was doing. They didn't see the potential of what he was doing. He was actually successful with it. His family, his mother told him, just get a regular job, But I was the one in his corner saying, hey, like, keep going, like, you're doing great. And I was the one designing his website, designing his t-shirts, all of that. And when we broke up, the blog disappeared. He sold it. He said, I asked him, because, we're still in communication. I had asked him, I was like, why did you let it go? He said, I didn't have the motivation for it no more. I left it at that. I said, oh, okay. I was talking to his cousin, which is pretty much like his brother. I had ran into him at one of my ex's showcases. Like I said, he was very successful. Showcases, everybody in the city knew him, from here to Houston to Dallas, Atlanta. Like, he had the notoriety of someone in the hip hop industry. One day I was talking to his cousin, because he asked me why we broke up or whatever. And I said, I still came to support him, his showcase. And I, gave him the rundown, everything that I had been through with him, And his cousin was like, yeah, he tried to tell me he did that website all by himself. He didn't have no help. And I was like, oh, okay. His cousin, he was like, man, I told him, he was like, dang well, Amber was a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, his cousin told him that. Like, he had to remind him, sir, Amber held you down with that. Like, I was a big part of that. Your website wouldn't have looked out like that. It wouldn't have looked as good. Them shirts that you sold, you didn't give me no money for that. Certain things, I was the motivating force behind it. Like I said, humbly speaking. But that is something, he still hasn't found that person to take my spot. And things that I did for him, times where I was there for him emotionally, I allowed him to be his true self, not the image that came with his success. I'm talking about when he was with me, it was no facade, you feel me? He didn't have to be that guy. With me, up there eating cereal in his drawers, watching cartoons with his grown self. And I didn't have no issue with that. I accepted him for him, which brings me to that next point. When a man feels like he can be 100% himself, 100% himself, not the cool guy or the guy that every female wants or what they think they want, he will always run back to you. Always. Because men are always looking for a peace of mind too. In this world where a man he can't be emotional, he can't cry, he has to be the strong person, he has to be the provider and all that stuff. But if he has that one person that makes him feel mentally safe, emotionally safe, like somebody who's really in his corner and accepts him for him, that's the person a man craves. A support system, not just on a financial, type thing, but one that is going to be there for the true him and his true dreams, the real him. Like, I'm telling you. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. You don't want that? Stop playing. Number 6, my sis tip is, he heard you the first time. Sis, he heard you the first time. And when I say that, you're probably like, that's not even a tip. Like, what does that even mean? What I'm saying is he heard you the first time. If you voice your opinion about something that bothers you, that you don't like, y'all have a conversation about it, he heard you. And if he chooses not to correct whatever it is, then you have a decision to make. Save your energy. Like I said, it's coming from somebody who's been there. If he continues to do it, he's making a conscious decision to keep doing something that bothers you. You have a choice. Do you have to stay in a situation? No, you do not. But a man who really cares about your feelings would not want to hurt you at all. I said all that to say, don't turn crazy over a man who doesn't care. Number 7, like I said, there's 9. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're staying with me because, I feel like I'm dropping jewels in this. Treat him as if he is innocent until proven guilty instead of guilty until proven innocent. A lot of us, if you're at the adult age right now, you have been through some type of trauma with past relationships, family, location where you grew up. You have been through some things that make you have your guard up. You've been through it. I've been through it. He's probably been through it. The person you're with probably been through it. But you cannot take your baggage from the past and bring it into this new situation, because all that will do is end up pushing that person away and say he is not him and him is not he. Don't treat him as if he's your enemy because of what somebody else did to you. You got to start with a blank slate. Now, if he showed you something, I'm saying it's not what you expected, oh, you can leave. Your peace of mind is more important than anything. Give him the opportunity to love you correctly. Number 8, I get a lot of people that write into me, and it's mostly women saying, I was controlling. I controlled him, and they name off stuff that they done to they dude for whatever reason. And I'm like, my God, I would have left too. Being controlling will not control him. Let him do what he wants to do so he can show you what he'd rather do. Give him all the freedom in the world. You have a man who is going to have freedom, go out with his partners, his friends, his bros, his guys, his brothers, and wouldn't even look another female way because he loves you that much. And then you have guy B. You give him an inch. Oh, he's taking the ball. Oh, let him show you what he'd rather do. Oh, he will. The truth will always show. One thing about my exes can vouch. I'm not blowing up your phone when we're away. I'm not texting you what you're doing. I'm not texting you who you with. My ex all the time. Oh, I'm about to go out with so-and-so, da-da-da. Okay, have fun, be safe. Let me know when you make it in. I go to sleep because how I feel, I'm not about to be up stressing, trying to control the narrative when the narrative is going to be shown to me regardless. Baby girl, let him do what he want to do. He's going to show you if he's really for you or not. If he's a cheater, he's going to be a cheater. There's nothing you can do about that. He's going to find ways to cheat. And number 9, we made it to the end. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Okay, if you made it to this point, can you give me a thumbs up? Let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know you made it to the end. Number 9 is so important. It is so important. If you want a guy to do more of what you like or more of what makes you happy, show him gratitude when he does stuff right. You can't just only get on him when he does something wrong, but never compliment him or thank him or show appreciation when he does stuff right. They will do more things right, and because they're kind of looking for that, you know what I'm saying? That appreciation anyway. So they're gonna do more things that you're being thankful for instead of doing things wrong. Some women have it to a point where some things are expected. Yes, in some cases you don't get kudos for doing what you're supposed to do, but it'll be nice to know that you are appreciated. And just like with you could be a mother. You do what you're supposed to do as a mother, but it'll be nice to hear, you're doing a great job. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. I couldn't do it without you. That would be nice to hear, right? Same thing with them. Yeah, they're the man. They're supposed to be like rock solid and stuff like that. But sometimes you have to show love in order to get more of what you want. But I am Amber with thelovegal.com. Like I said, go to beirresistible.com/Amber right here, or click the link in the description box. And you will get access to the free video, the relationship ingredient to having a man crave you. So subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'm coming with it all summer, guys. All summer, winter too. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, let me know. Give me a thumbs up or drop a comment.